let me tell you, brother, she's been sleeping in the devil's bed. And there's some rumors going around, someone's underground. She can lock you in the nighttime till your skin turns red. Ooh, witchy woman, see how high she flies. Ooh, witchy woman, she got the moon in her eye.
Hi, Elizabeth. Where are you coming from? Indiana. Missouri, Indiana. We got the Midwest getting here covered up, aren't we?
I like the way your sparkling earrings lay against your skin so brown. And I wanna sleep with you in the desert tonight, with a billion stars all around. 'Cause I got a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't.
All right, Milgrade, Robert, can you hear me? All right, where you guys coming from? Indiana as well? You're all three of you from Indiana? She's from Indiana.
On the ground.
Yep. Well, good afternoon. My name is Dave. I'm not from Indiana. But I'm not from Missouri either. I did go to Fort Leonard Wood for basic training before they sent me to flight school. But I'm from Montana. I'm down here. I don't belong here either. I'm escaping a warrant. I'm just teasing. We're gonna go flying. You all got a briefing, right? All right. Anybody have any questions about it? Nope. We're all experienced aviators now, ready to fly. All right. Well, you can use your cameras anytime, starting right now. No problem. No, you all notice you don't have a microphone, right? That was the FAA's answer to 9/11. And it works really well in the big jets because they don't want anybody talking to the pilots, unless the pilots want to talk to you. Well, in the jets, they're in the cockpit, you're in the cabin. It's real easy. But in a helicopter, I think it's kind of silly because you're in here with me. You know, I think it's like, geez, you got to scream and yell, read lips. What can you do? I think if anybody's going to mess with us, we can at least talk about it on the way down. But anyway, they win the rules race. And so what we do is I usurp their authority any chance I get because I'm kind of a rebel that way. I pass out little notepads. It's easy for you guys to communicate with each other. It's also, if you have a question, you can write it down, pass it up to me, and I'll see if I can answer it for you. And sometimes it's kind of fun just reading what other people wrote. It's kind of, by the end of the week, I have a pretty good little journal there. But other than that, you're going to see my mouth moving at times, and you won't hear me. I'm not losing my mind. I'm not mumbling to myself. I'm not about ready to go JetBlue on you. It's usually because it's only because I'm talking to somebody else, either another aircraft or control tower departure or something. So I apologize now if I cut out in the middle of saying something. I'll get back with you. And Mother Nature is doing her best to bring the low cloud cover in, and we're going to try and get around some of that and go find out what we can find. And as far as that goes, everybody look right here. There's a camera, right? And we're gonna get Carla's facial expressions the whole flight. No, I'm teasing. I'll put the camera outside there. There we go. Oh, here we go. Already got a note. We haven't got off the ground yet. Where can I jump? And where are your parachutes located? We're in a helicopter. Am I wearing one? No. I'm up here with you. No. Hey, I 3 tours in combat, 2 in Iraq, 2 in Afghanistan. I got the crap shot out of me one time. I still landed, so we're good. I'm gonna. Oh dear. You guys ready to go flying? I'm gonna get us up the power. We're gonna go flying.
Already standing on the ground.
All right, here we go, kids. See if I can remember how to do this. It's been a while. Hey, watch out for that plane. We don't need a runway. We'll just go right down here. So we're going to take a right. Turn right around the control tower here. Wave to them, Mildred. They don't know who you are. It's John and Lucinda in there. They're waving at you. There you go. Good job. Yep, John just said hi. We're going to climb out over all the sugarcane fields out here. Out in front of you is Haleakala going up into the clouds. That's the Haleakala Highway. Goes up through Makawao and Pukalani. Get your nose out. About 47 square miles of sugarcane out here. Keep the fields in various states of growth. It takes about 2 years for a harvest to be ready for, or for the field to be ready for harvest. And the way they harvest it is they actually burn the field first. It does a couple things. One, it keeps the rats and mice and the cane spider population down because they like all that sweet sugarcane. And two, it gets the outer arrow and leaves off the cane so it doesn't deplete the soil bed, so we can maintain the soil bed. And if you look around, you're going to see lots of reservoirs out here in the valley. It's all water from the rainforest. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And they're all being fed by some of these aqueducts. And these are all handmade aqueducts from the 1800s. Right in front of us is Haleakala. And well, of course, all these Hawaiian islands are volcanic, right? Maui's made up of 2 volcanoes. Haleakala and Halemahina. Haleakala is the younger one. The bigger one out in front of us goes up to 10,023 feet. And it means House of the Sun in Hawaiian. The other volcano is Halemahina, the older one, which is off to our right, otherwise known as the West Maui Mountains. It means House of the Moon. Of course, Haleakala came up so close to it, because there's about 1 million years difference between them in age. They kind of melded together and created one island, the island of Maui, and that's why they call it the Valley Isle, the 2 mountains with the valley in between. And we're going to pass some of the sugarcane up, come along what we call the upcountry, the Makawao, Pukalani and we're facing towards Kula and Poli Poli. And off to your right is Maulea and South Shore. We'll be coming alongside Kie in that area. This big brown desert area out in front of us. Before they built sugarcane, this is what it all looked like. One big desert out here in the middle. And we call it the cabbage patch. It's part of what's called Hawaiian homelands. It was granted to just like Native American Indian reservations on the mainland. These are lands that were granted to the Polynesians long before statehood, and they use it mainly for cattle grazing out through here. And we're going over to what's called the desert side of the island. There's going to be several different ecosystems that we see. We've got the north side of the islands, which is the green side, the rainforest side. And that's where all the rain comes in. You know, the trade winds come in from the north, northeast, and all the Hawaiian Islands. The north side is the green side. They drop all the rain and they dissipate. the clouds do. And then so the south side doesn't get very much rain at all. The north side almost 200 inches of water a year, south side less than 19 inches. So we have a rainforest and desert environment. And then when we get up above the clouds, we'll be above tree line.
She'll beat you if she's able. You know the Queen of Hearts is always your best bet.
Off to your right is Kihei, Wailea, McKenna.
Things have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones that you can't get. Desperado. Oh, you ain't getting no younger. Your pain and your hunger, they're driving you home. And freedom, oh freedom, well that's just some people talking. Your prison is walking through this world all alone. Don't your feet get cold in the wintertime? The sky won't snow.
So how many of you ladies watch Oprah Winfrey or watched Oprah? Yeah. Well, Oprah has 3 pieces of property on this island. There's a lot of celebrities that have property on this island, but she's got a couple undeveloped ones over by Hana. She's got one right out here in front of us here. And you notice we're still over Hawaiian homelands, the native lands here. And in order to get out here, you have to go all the way up to Makawao, way behind us, drive along the upcountry highways to come over to here. But if y'all look in front of us, there's a big white road going up the hillside right here. Right through the Hawaiian homelands. Well, at the top of that white road is where Oprah's got some property. She's been here twice. And she decided that she didn't want to drive all the way around or have somebody drive her all the way around. So she went to the Hawaiian homelands and people and the native coalition and said, "Can I build a road right through the Hawaiian homelands?" They said, "Yeah, but it's got to be concrete." And so she said, "Okay." And they said, "It's going to cost you $4.2 million. And she said, "Okay." And on top of that, the Hawaiian homelands has a gate at the bottom with a lock on it, and she doesn't have a key. She's still got to get permission to drive up here. Her houses are right at the top of that white concrete road there to your left.
It's another tequila sunrise, staring slowly across the sky.
Right to your right is Wailea, McKenna.
Said goodbye. He was just a hired hand, working on the dreams he planned to try. The days go by. Every night when the sun goes down, just another lonely boy in town. And she's out running round.
So we're going to come past what's called Poli Poli here. When we come along around this corner, it's the rift. And it's going to get really dry. This is where the last lava flows on the island occurred.
Oh, and it's a hollow feeling when it comes down to dealing friends. It never ends. Take another shot of courage. Wonder why the right words never come. You just get numb. It's another tequila sunrise. This old world still looks the same. Another frame.
So you can see lava, that little bay right out our right door there, that's called La Perouse Bay. That lava bay right there. And that is right back there, that's where Count La Perouse landed. And Count La Perouse was the first person to land on Maui. The Polynesians were here long before anybody else got here. About, they figure 350 AD in Hawaii, about 500 AD in Maui. And the first person to land was Count La Perouse in the 1730s. And then had he made it back to France, things might have been a little different around here. We might have been speaking French. He also landed on Australia before anybody else. The problem is, he never made it back to France, and for a long time, nobody knew what happened to him. And he had 2 ships of the line in the 1730s. King Louis XVI was sent him out looking for lands for France to claim. And he landed on Maui, he landed on Australia. They knew he landed at these places, but then he never made it back to France, and everybody's going, where the heck did he go? And there's a mystery until 4 years ago, and they found both his ships sunk in the waters off of Tahiti. But all the logs, maps, and everything were in the captain's chest, pretty much still intact. So we're coming up over some clouds here. We're going to go to the top of the world. Get up here a little ways. One of the best things to do is look around, you see. And when we get up here a little bit higher, you look off to the right, you're going to be able to see Mauna Loa, Mauna Kea volcanoes of the Big Island.
Well, the towns lay out across the dusty plains, like graveyards filled with tombstones, waiting for the name.
Out in front of us is what's called the Rift. Looking all the way up to the buildings way up there, Science City. Science City is a weather observatory run by the National Park Service, the University of Hawaii, and the U.S. Air Force collectively. And they have a telescope up there as well. You can watch the stars. When we get up here, we're going to come up, eventually we'll be up at tree line, we'll be above tree line. You're going to see this is where the last lava flow in the 1790s came out of Haleakala. And, a lot of the rock hasn't degraded yet, so there's very little vegetation, very little moisture on this side of the island. And you'll see some great mosaics of the rock coming down off the mountain. And what a lot of people, you know, I was talking about the different environments on the island. This side's the desert side, and of course the north side is the rainforest side, but there's kind of transition zones in between. Off to your left here, see a whole bunch of pine trees, Norfolk pine and pinyon juniper, all originally introduced by the Dole Corporation on the island of Lanai to hold the clouds for the pineapple fields, but they spread to the other islands. And this area in particular, they took very well. It's the right amount of moisture and soil bed for them and climate. Between the 6,000 and 8,000 foot range. We get to the other side of the desert over here as we round the corner going towards Hana on the east end. We're going to pass through the deciduous forest, the hardwood, and then eventually it turns into rainforest. Doesn't seem like we're traveling very fast, does it? But we're climbing 500 feet per minute, about 120 miles per hour. There you go. If you look way off to the right, you can see Mauna Loa volcano at the Big Island across the top of the clouds.
Heaven knows it wasn't you who set me free. So oftentimes it happens that we live our lives in chains, and we never even know we have the key. But me, I'm already gone, and I'm
How's everybody doing? Good? You know, right when we cross the rift back there, there's those are ranchers. Yeah. There's no electricity over this end. I think we're all self-sufficient. All native homelands. A lot of cattle ranching out here. A lot of wild deer, wild boar, and pigs. A lot of hunting goes on this side. So, you know, you're sitting in your hotel and you're thinking, you know, let's go down to the beach, or let's go do a little shopping down the street, or get in the rental car and go to a little restaurant 5 minutes away from where you're staying. And all of a sudden the island doesn't seem very big, does it? And you get out of here and go, whoa. There's a lot more to it than you think. And it takes a lot of island to support the people that are here. You know, the rainforest, all the water supply for the entire island comes from the rainforest. And if it didn't rain for 10 days in the rainforest, because there's no desalination on the island, then we would exhaust the water supply on the island in less than 24 hours. But in the history of the rainforest, it's never gone almost 24 hours without rain. There's a good view of Mauna Loa.
Look at the way that we live, wasting our time on cheap talk and wine, left us so little to give. That same old crowd was like,
and all these volcanoes are called shield volcanoes. You know, in school we learned about volcanoes, right? The volcano's got a perfect cone with a crater in the middle, and it grows up, spews out, grows up, spews out, layer upon layer grows on top of it. Kind of like Craters Oregon or Shasta. Well, these volcanoes are not true volcanoes. They're calderas. They're called shield volcanoes because they grew up on the Pacific Rift, the Ring of Fire, and the tectonic plates are moving and shifting. So as a volcano is growing, the lava comes up and gets pulled. So there's always lava flowing off the mountain somewhere in a river valley, a flow of river. So it's a caldera. They're not true volcanoes, and they look like long, shallow approaches getting up to the tops of them. That's why they call them shield volcanoes. They look like a warrior shield lying on the ground. Yellowstone Park, Yellowstone Lake is a caldera. You don't have to have a mountain to have a caldera as long as lava can flow somewhere. It just happens that in Hawaii they kind of grew up as they grew out. And the heart of it's right here to your left.
but every morning I wake up and worry, what's gonna happen today. You see it your way, I see it mine, but we both see it slipping away. You know we always had each other, baby. I guess that wasn't enough. But here in my heart,
if you look off to your right, you can kind of see the clouds over there. That's the K&I. That's where the lava flowed out the north side.
oh, sweet darling, you get the best of life.
We have some great canyons down below us. You can see the layers of rock in the canyons. It gives you an idea. Every one of those layers is a separate lava flow or eruption, if you will. Imagine how many millions of years it took to build this island.
Every night and day, you get the best of my love, the best of my sweet darling. Oh, you get the best of my love, the best of my sweet darling. You get the best of my love, you get the best of my love, the best of sweet darling. You get the best of my love, the best of sweet darling. You got it.
James Dean, I know just what you mean. James Dean,
This is called the Cowboy Gap right here. This is where the lava flowed
and I know my life.
on the south side of the caldera,
See it on the
fanned out towards the ocean. When we get past this gap right here, you notice it's starting to get a little bit greener and greener.
ever was. Even if you had,
Starting to come around towards the east side, we're getting into the hardwood area.
you said it all so clean. And I know my life would look alright if I could see it on the silver screen.
You can kind of see where the last flows of lava occurred down through here, kind of frozen in time, a little mosaic of rock.
Sock hop, soda pop, basketball and auto shop. The only thing that got you off was breaking all the rules. James Dean, so hungry and so lean. James Dean, you said it all so clean. And I know my life would look alright if I could see it on the silver screen.
This is called the Waimoku Valley here, a little gorge. The Waimoku Gorge, Manawanui Canyon,
Wondering who we might be.
because we're coming up on the Waimoku Valley.
Up a rider, took him down the
They
road.
don't waste names around here.
James Dean, you bought it.
Now we're coming into the hardwoods. A little bit more moisture settles here. Not quite rainforest yet.
You bought it sight unseen. You were too
Down below us to the right, kind of in front of us there, you see some homes being in existence down there. That's called Kipahulu.
too young.
Kipahulu is where the national park comes all the way down to the ocean. It's where the 7 pools of Oahu are. And everybody calls them the sacred pools, but they're not really sacred. It was a marketing gimmick by the Park Service to get people to come down there. Take the road to Hana when it was built in the 60s. But it's where Charles Lindbergh is buried. The all remember the Spirit of St. Louis. Flew across the Atlantic. After he did that, he helped the U.S. Postal Service with mail through the Midwest. And when World War II broke out, he helped the U.S. Army Air Corps with navigation systems throughout the Pacific. And he fell in love with it here, so he settled down right there. And when Pan American Airways showed up, he helped them chart routes through the Pacific Islands. And he passed away down there. He's buried down there in a little nondescript grave by the ocean next to a church. This valley we're crossing is called the Waimoku Valley. We're coming right into the trade winds. You can feel it buffeting on the ship. Going towards Hana. Hana means the big blow or the big wind because it faces the trade winds.
Well, my time went so quickly, I went lickety-splitly out to my old 55. As I pulled away slowly, feeling so holy.
So now we're coming up on the Waihiamalu region. Waihiamalu means the many waters. Start looking up slope, you're going to start seeing little streams and falls coming down.
I'm riding with Lady Luck. Freeway cars and trucks. Stars beginning to fade. And I lead the parade.
Got a little water coming down.
I'd stayed a little longer. Lord, don't you know the feeling's getting stronger?
6 in the morning gave me no warning. I had to be on my way.
And right up here
Now the cars are all
is what we call Waihiamalu proper. This is the highest waterfall on this end of the island, right off to our left here.
Your place, and now the sun's coming up. I'm riding with Lady Luck.
A little over 500 feet high.
Cars and trucks. Stars beginning to fade. And I lead the parade. Just a wishing I'd stayed a little longer. Lord, don't you know the feeling's getting stronger?
Well, my time went so quickly, I went lickety-splitly out to my old 55. As I pulled away slowly, feeling so holy, God knows I was feeling alive.
And now the sun's coming up. Yes, it is. I'm riding with Lady Luck. Freeway cars and trucks. Freeway cars and trucks. Riding with Lady Luck. Freeway cars and trucks.
Crossing the Waihoi Valley.
Riding with Lady Luck.
See the lava beds underneath us here.
Cars and trucks. Riding with Lady Luck.
kind of get the idea we're heading for a rainforest?
Let your whistle blow. Midnight flyer. Paid the dues and feel like traveling on. A runaway team of horses ain't enough to make me stay. So throw your rope on another man and pull him down your way.
Right down the hill from us to the right there, that's the town of Hana, famous for its black sand beaches.
Wanted me to be.
Just a big blow.
Midnight flyer. Engineer, won't you let your whistle blow? Midnight flyer. Paid the dues and I feel like traveling on.
These little hills that we're flying by right here, these are called the cinder cones. The cones, these are gas vents. When Haleakala was growing up, gas would escape. Kind of created their own little volcanoes here, and a lot of them over time have kind of caved in and filled in.
Hear that midnight lonesome whistle whine. Midnight flyer. Engineer, won't you let your whistle blow? Midnight flyer. Paid the dues and I feel like traveling on. Midnight flyer.
Getting kind of lush and green around here, isn't it?
Let your whistle blow.
That's because we're in the rainforest right here.
Midnight flyer. Paid the dues and I feel like traveling on.
Lots of riverbed streams coming down through here. There's always rain. You know, prior to modern irrigation, all the villages on the islands were usually at the bottom of a valley somewhere along the coast because the fresh water would have to come down the valley to them. But when they decided to grow sugarcane in the Central Valley, they said, we're going to grow sugarcane in the Central Valley. Sugarcane needs a lot of water, and we know where it's at. We just got to go get it. So they took a page out of the Roman aqueduct system, and they went here in the rainforest up high and collected water. They built aqueducts, and they were gravity fed. Water would come down and fill up a cistern and it would pour off in another one. They'd step it all the way down to the Central Valley. And as a result of that, it paved the way to people moving up into the hills, out into the valleys, away from the coastline. Because along the way they had to build reservoirs, and reservoirs were being located systematically, and so people had access to water. Now we got modern plumbing and reservoirs and pump systems and such, but they're still using about 75 miles of the original aqueducts. Some of it you saw in the Central Valley down there by the sugarcane fields. Some of it's still out here. The road to Hana comes out this way. And the road to Hana wasn't built until the 1950s. It wasn't improved until the 60s. So a lot of people lived in Hana on the west end, especially the older generation, never even been to the west side of the island in their life. No desire to go there. There's some aqueduct right outside your door there, Mildred, Robert. You can see some of the road down here. We're going to cross over. You'll see some aqueduct on both sides. Road to Hana right here. All 2,000 S-curves, 128 bridges, a lot of one lane.
Don't you tell me about your law and order. I'm trying to change this.
This thicker forest right here is called the Wailuas. This is a eucalyptus.
After a hard day, I'm safe at home. Fooling with my baby on the telephone. Out of nowhere, somebody cuts in and says,
You in some trouble, boy.
we know where you've been.
coming down through here, isn't there?
This was a private line. Don't you tell me about your law and order. I'm trying to change this water to wine. Never mind your name, just give us your number. Never mind your face, just show.
Since it rained a lot over here this morning today, I'm thinking maybe Cano Falls is going to be pretty active for us.
And we wanna know, whose wing are you under? You better step to the right.
This is called the K&I Valley. That's what we saw from the other side of the crater. Right down to your left, yep, Cano Falls is going off.
All I wanted was some peace of mind. Don't you tell me about your law and order. I'm trying to change this water to wine. Leave me be, I'm just walking this line. All I wanted was some Can't you see I'm trying to change this water to wine?
We cross the K&I and we head for Haiku, the Makawao Ridge.
Don't you tell me about your law and order. I'm sick and tired of all your law and order. Say goodnight, Dick. City girls just seem to find out early how to open doors with just a smile. A rich old man, and she won't have to worry. She'll dress up all in lace and go in style. Late at night, a big old house gets lonely. I guess every fall.
We'll get across what's called Makawao Ridge. And all of a sudden the clouds will go away. We'll be right back over the Central Valley and you'll go, when? The hotel's nice and sunny, the beach is friggin' warm, and I'm over here in the rainforest.
A man with hands as cold as ice. So she tells him she must go out for the evening.
Never rains in the Central Valley. Stops right on this ridge up here. And you'll notice as soon as we get to this ridge and the clouds stop, that's where all the houses start growing.
She's leaving. She is
There's reservoirs everywhere.
side of town. You can't hide your lying eyes, and your smile is a thin disguise. I thought by now you'd realize there ain't no way to hide. other side of town, a boy is waiting with fiery eyes and dreams no one could steal. She drives on through the night, anticipating, 'cause he makes her feel the way she used to feel. She rushes to his arms, they fall together. She whispers that it's only for a while. She swears that soon she'll be coming back forever. She goes away and leaves him with a smile. You can't hide your lying eyes.
Yep, there go the clouds. Hey, and here's all the people, all the farms.
Was a thin disguise. I thought by now you'd realize there ain't no way to hide your lying eyes.
Isn't that amazing? Come out of the rainforest, and boom. Up there in the upcountry, farm country.
She gets up and pours herself a strong one and stares out at the stars up in the sky. Another night, it's gonna be a long one. She draws a shade and hangs her head to cry. She wonders how it ever got this crazy. She thinks about a boy she knew in school.
Ah, you see all the reservoirs out here, huh?
Did she get tired easy? She's so far gone, she feels just like a fool. My oh my, you sure know how to arrange things. You set it up so well, so carefully. Ain't it funny how your new life didn't change things? You're still the same old girl you used.
North shore to our right, south shore to our left.
You can't hide your life.
Paia over to the right there. It's where all the surfers hang out. So they have the big surfing competitions when the waves are 30 plus feet.
I thought by now you'd realize there ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. There ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. Honey, you can't hide your lying eyes.
Everybody have fun? Smokestacks. That's Puuneni, that's the sugar mill, that's where they process all the sugarcane. Those are actually, it's not smoke, it's steam. They run off of coal, yeah. That's where they do the initial processing on all the sugarcane. Then they ship it to California for the final processing and packaging. Just outside of San Jose.
The full moon is calling, the fever is high, and the wicked wind whispers and moans. You got your demons
enjoyed that? That was kind of fun looking around out there in the crater. Enjoy your stay on the island. Safe travels home. Thanks for coming out with us.
One of these lost and lonely dreams now. We're gonna find one. One that really screams. I've been searching for the daughter of the devil himself. I've been searching for an angel in white. I've been waiting for a woman who's a little boy.
Slide right in here. We'll come down to Helicopter City. What we'll do is we'll sit down, and all you gotta do is just hold on to your seat. One of the lovely ladies will come out to get everybody. Down we go. Boom.